We are going right there. Let's do it. Today is supposed to be a nice day, so there's a window of opportunity to hit this local lake that's only about 12 miles from my house. I've never fished this lake before. This lake apparently holds trout, kokanee, perch, bass, and the 2-pole endorsement is also allowed, so I can fish with 2 poles. I've got 2 rods set up 2 different ways, and we're going to be trolling. So see you there.
Drop shot flies.
Oh.
And use a sinker with a fly and a fly.
Right.
Or if they're...
And are you trolling, or do you just...
No.
Really?
Just anchored. Just drop down and they grab it.
No kidding. What kind of flies?
I tile down flies.
Oh, like dry
Uptied.
flies or wet flies or
Wet flies.
yeah, just yeah.
Uptied for 60 years.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm a fly fisherman. I fish on the Cowlitz because I have property down there.
Oh.
But I've never done that.
Oh.
That's interesting.
Well, when they're down 45 feet, how are you going to get down there?
That's true. Yeah.
This last year I caught 2,398 trout. That's a lot of trout.
That's a lot of trout.
And you can go take your YouTube and talk to people all over, and you won't find anybody anywhere close to that.
Right.
It's because I fly fish almost 4 days a week. It's 3.85 in my journals.
Lucky you.
For 26 years. There's over 15,000 flies there in my box. There's another 15,000 mayflies for the other side of the mountain. I'm as good as it gets.
Ah. Now that this motor's warmed up, I'm gonna do a little trolling. So I don't know anything about this lake as far as fishing goes. So I'm gonna go that direction, fish along that bank all the way around the lake to that other side, and see if I can find some fish. I have no idea where the fish are or how to catch them on this lake. So this is what I'm gonna use to start off with anyway. I've got some light trout gear, nothing special, nothing fancy about the rod and reel. 8-pound test line. Whoop. Get down there. I'm gonna be using pop gear on this rod. Remember, I can use 2 rods here on this lake, 2-pole endorsement. State says you can fish with 2 rods if you pay them money. Kind of reminds me of what my old man used to say, God rest his soul, he's been gone for 3 years now, that pretty soon we're gonna have to get a permit to have sex. He's not that far off. Okay, so then this one with the pop gear is gonna be pulling around a wedding ring. Chrome dimpled wedding ring right here. That's all. I don't have anything to tip these with. I'd prefer to tip it with something like a a worm or a maggot or something, but I don't have anything, so we're just going to see what we can do with this one. Okay, and then on the other rod, oh, here we go. I got a 6-inch flasher of this color here. I just chose this and grabbed this from my tackle box. That's what it looks like here. Chrome on one side, orange and yellow with polka dots and an eye on it. Hey, you never know what those trout are gonna like, right? And on this end, a Dick Knight half and half, chrome and brass. Right there. A Dick Knight half and half. So let's get that motor started again and put this guy out, and we'll just start trolling around that direction. Get a little forward momentum going. Feed this thing out right into the sun. And you can see the action. Look at the action of that flasher and the half and half going. Oh yeah, that's got to catch fish, right? Doesn't that just have to catch fish? That has to catch fish. And we'll put this back probably 30 or 40 feet behind the boat. Trolled a couple miles an hour. Oh, that sun is just right there, isn't it? Make sure the drag is set properly. Okay. And there we go, that's rod number 1. Get out of that sun. Got a nice action going on there with that flasher. Now let's get this. Somebody's duck hunting. And then we'll get this second rod out there with the wedding ring. Got the pop gear on this side, got the flasher on this side, and I'm gonna turn the boat simply because that sun is driving me crazy. Now what I didn't bring is my fly rod. This would be a perfect day to just pull a dry fly on the surface. Next time. If I don't get anything here in the next few minutes, what I'll do is I'll just add a little bit of weight to one of these rods and go deeper. Where are the fish? I've made a few setup changes. Flashers, lures, spinners on the pop gear. Added a little power bait. I don't have any worms. I wish I had something to tip these with, but I don't. Changing up the speed. Not keeping it straight, you know, trolling in a different pattern to change the depth of the inside or outside, you know, rod. So it's just a matter of time. I've trolled probably a good 1.5 miles of the lake. Then I had to run back to the truck because I couldn't remember setting the alarm. So I went back and set the alarm. I switched the gear on this rod from the pop gear setup, flasher setup, the small blades, to one with the just 2 large blades. And you can see it has a lot more action. I've thrown everything at these fish except the kitchen sink. And I didn't bring the kitchen sink. But right now, I have a couple of Coochie spinners, one on each rod, with a couple of different flashers and about an ounce or an ounce and a half banana weight to get me some depth. What I need to do is I need to finish up wiring my Scotty plugs for my downriggers. What I did was I moved my batteries from the back to get a little better weight distribution in the sled here. So I moved my 2 batteries that were in the back and mounted them up in the front. And that left me without any hookups for my downriggers back here. So I have the Scotty plugs. I just need to get them installed. You know, the female receptacles. All right, let's see what this does. Also, my Lowrance fish finder that came with this boat doesn't work, so I need to get rid of it. I have 2 fish finders in my bigger boat. I'm going to take one of those, transfer it onto this thing, mount it here in the back so it's back here with me. So, I've got some work to do. In between fishing and selling houses. Mother Nature made me put on my rain gear. It rained for like 2 minutes and then stopped. So the story is I've been out here for about 4 hours now. Trolled all over the lake, zigzagged back and forth, different depths, different setups, and big fat nothing. Hard to believe something didn't want to eat that. Well, I gave it my best shot. I got skunked. Again. This is the second time. Very, very unusual for me to get skunked. Just kidding. That happens. I've been fishing long enough to know. That's why they call it fishing and not catching. It's a beautiful lake, a beautiful day. Would have been nice to catch some fish, But then again, that's why they call it fishing. So thanks for joining me again on the second in a row no fish catching adventure. But this is American Lake, if you haven't guessed already. But there's a lot of fish in this lake. It's just, I've never fished it before, so I don't know if I'm doing anything wrong, but it doesn't matter. It's the first time fishing this lake. I will catch fish on this lake, guaranteed, sometime in the future. Thanks for joining me, and go ahead and subscribe. Next time, I'll catch a fish, or 2, or 3, who knows. But thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. Bye now.